Tonight, a shocking setback for the Trump administration. The Republican health care bill collapses, leaving Donald Trump without any legislative successes 6 months into his presidency. How can he move forward from here? OK, let's bring in White House reporter Stephen Collinson and Washington correspondent Ryan Nobles. Gentlemen, good to see you both. Stephen, to you first. They're going to ditch replacing Obamacare and they're going to try to repeal it. Any joy on that so far?
It doesn't look, Hannah, that that's going to work either. We've already had 3 Republican senators come out and say they're against this move.
Ryan, of the various paths put forward so far today, 2 have really stood out for me. John McCain, Senator McCain, saying that we need a bipartisan approach, and then Donald Trump, the president, taking to Twitter, as he often does, earlier on today, saying what we really need is just to change the voting rules in the Senate. So it's effectively work together or rip up the U.S. Constitution. What's more likely?
I don't know if either option is really likely right now, Hannah, and I think that's the problem that Mitch McConnell has right now, is that every path that he attempts to go down, there is some sort of a roadblock in front of him.
Good to see you, Ron. Thanks for coming on. I'm wondering how much Donald Trump is personally invested in healthcare reform. Does he just want to kind of push it to the backwater now, or does he still think and need a change?
You know, it was fascinating to watch us from the outset, because from the beginning, the healthcare bills that first the House and then the Senate Republicans drafted really collided with the way that Donald Trump presented himself during the campaign.
So much talk about the lack of bipartisanship between the Republicans and the Democrats, but also one has to wonder now about the relationship between President Donald Trump and his own party, the Republicans, as well. Of course, you know, many people have got midterm elections coming up. They're looking towards 2018. And also we're hearing from the White House just in the last hour or so that Sarah Huckabee Sanders has said that Congress needs to do their job. They're effectively saying this is not on us, this is on you. How soon are we going to see some Republican more defections?
Look, I've talked to Republicans. First of all, I've talked to Republicans on Capitol Hill who have never thought that Donald Trump was unequivocally in their corner. I mean, they've always believed that if it serves his interests, at some point he would kind of step outside and, you know, reposition himself as the outsider running against both parties.
But you think it will happen, but perhaps not?
I would say it's probably now 50-50. 50-50, I think it may never happen. The other possibility, the other alternative, is that the Labour Party, despite its supposed ideological difference with the government, actually works as a kind of grand coalition to push the hard Brexit through. It could happen. That's happening behind the scenes. So those are the 2 alternatives, and neither of them are very appetising.
We thank you very much for joining us on the programme tonight, Sir Vince Cable. Thank you. Jeffrey Law joins me now via Skype from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Jeffrey, great to see you.
Hello, Hannah.
Hello. President Trump says just let Obamacare fail. But at what cost? And I don't mean cost just financially. I mean human cost. The people who have health insurance in place right now who will be terrified tonight that that's just going to fall away.
Well, there's already a problem with it. People are already losing their health care, or they've got premiums that are so high that they can't afford to use it.
Republicans have been talking about repealing and replacing Obamacare for 7 years now. That is not going to happen, as we understand it today. What are your feelings, and how does that sit with you and the people that you represent this Tuesday?
I did not vote for the House bill. It passed in the House, but of course did not proceed in the Senate of the United States.
Should Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, should he have full security clearance, or should that be revoked now?
I don't favor its being revoked. I was not one of those last autumn who suggested that Secretary Clinton not continue to get classified briefings, even though there was the email controversy. That was not my view last autumn regarding Secretary Clinton, and it's not my view today regarding Jared Kushner.
Interesting stuff. Well, our senior media correspondent, Brian Seltzer, joins me now live from New York. Brian, great to see you. The Wall Street Journal editorial also refers to radical transparency that's needed from the White House at the moment. Is Rupert sending Donald a message, and if so, what is it?
It seems like that's exactly what Rupert Murdoch is doing, using his newspapers and maybe to some degree his powerful television network Fox News in order to communicate with President Trump.
Cracking down on sexist advertising here in Britain. Well, this has been The World right now. Lots of information there about Trump on healthcare, on Obamacare, what it all means. Quest Means Business is coming up next. Thanks so much for your company.